Hi, and welcome back to the Unmeasured Chef. All right, one thing that I've always taught my children and one thing that I was raised on was make sure you finish whatever you start. So today we're going to finish our soup series with 2 soups by request. The first one was requested by my teen chef who decided to be behind the camera today instead of in the kitchen. But she wants us to do a creamy tomato soup. And then my second one was by a friend of mine, Amy Berger, who asked me to do a cauliflower soup. So we're going to do both of those soups today. Hope you're ready. Set, let's go. All right, first we're going to start off with our cauliflower. Since this is one that needs to boil down, both of them actually need to boil down, but this one will take a little bit of time. So I'm going to start off with this one. And what you're going to do is you're just going to simply cube your cauliflower into chunks. Not too small because you don't want it to cook too fast. That's about a good size for your cauliflower to be when you're going to boil it. Just gonna put it in a strainer because I've washed it, of course. And this is gonna make about 2.5 servings, depending on how much soup you eat. Yeah, if you want more, get about another head of cauliflower or a bigger head. Should serve about 4 to 6. There you go. I'm going to wash it, then we're going to put it in the pan. With the cauliflower, you're going to do onion. So it's up to you how many onions you want to do. I'm going to do 1 because it's a small batch. And again, we're not chopping it small. We're making big chunks. And we're going to throw it in there with the cauliflower. Last but not least, garlic. Alright. And again, half. Alright, in your saucepan, you're going to add your butter. I'm going to put a full stick and let it melt down a little bit. All right, when your butter is about halfway melted through, that's when I'll start to add all the ingredients. This is the onion, cauliflower, garlic, everything in the pan. I'm gonna let these vegetables be in here with the butter until it's fully melted. This is the time that you can start adding your seasonings. Now, I do salt, pepper, garlic. That's the norm. Salt, pepper, garlic. You're welcome to add whatever seasons you like. If you want to have a meat flavor to it, again, I recommend Better Than Bouillon. There's different flavors. There's chicken, vegetable, and beef. You can add those if you like. Now that the butter is fully melted, it's time to add my vegetable stock. Probably wondering how much this is. I don't know. Just add the whole container. And we're going to let this cook until the vegetables are all tender. Now we're going to move over to the tomato soup. So we're going to start off with our saucepan, and we're going to add olive oil to the pan. And this is where we're going to saute our garlic and our onions. So this recipe, you can have 3 garlics, 4 garlics. Obviously, you see I'm doing how many garlics I want in my soup. But you're going to mince the garlic, and you're going to chop the onions, and you're going to put it in the olive oil that we put in the pan. I'm going to saute the garlic until it's fragrant. That was like immediate. Now we're cutting up the onion to go in, and this one we are slicing and chopping. We got the onions in, and we're going to cook those until they're translucent. Meanwhile, the cauliflower is almost ready. We're going to let it cook for a little bit longer. Now that the onions are translucent, we're going to add in 2 cans of peeled tomatoes. Now we're going to put in vegetable stock. I'm going to put in about 1/2 of the container. Alright, we're going to add some sugar to this. Alright, and we're going to let this simmer. Alright, now our cauliflower is ready. We're going to put it into the blender. This goodness. Smells so good. No, some of my goodness is escaping. All right. And we blend it up. All right, now that the soup is ready, I'm gonna take a little bit of cheese. You can use any cheese you want. This is extra cheddar, extra sharp cheddar that we tend to like in our household. Just chopping it up. If you have the already string cheese, you can sprinkle cheese, you can sprinkle it on. Alright. Ooh, that looks so good. Cheese. I'm going to use our little bacon, which is our soy bacon bits. So good. Yeah. Alright, this recipe calls for basil. So I'm just going to finely chop some basil. Again, like garlic and most seasonings in my recipes, you can never have too much. I love the smell of fresh herbs and spices. One of my favorite things about cooking. Besides eating the food, of course. And we're just coarsely cutting the basil. You want to see it in the soup. All right, this has been simmering for about 10 minutes. I think it's time to put in the rest of the ingredients. Next, we're going to put in heavy cream. Oh boy, a fortress. Red pepper flakes, one of Eileen's favorites. And oregano. I'm also going to add some salt and pepper for taste. And because, I mean, you just gotta have it. If anybody with gum wants to sponsor me, feel free. I'm gonna stir it up and let it cook a little bit longer. Give it about 5 more minutes. Then we'll move on to the next step, which is blending it up. Now I'm going to put in the basil. It looks so pretty. Cannot wait to taste it. All right, I think it's ready to go in the blender now. And what we're going to do is make it a coarse blend. We're not going to have it as a smooth soup. Because we want it to be a coarse blend, we're just going to pulse instead of leaving it on. With this one, I'm going to put some mozzarella, pearls, and some basil. And there you have it. I don't know about y'all, but I am ready to eat. So there you have it. Soups, the end of our series. We have a creamy tomato soup and our cauliflower soup. Our garnishes are cheddar and soy bacon. And then we have mozzarella pearls and basil. And as we say, why use a book when you can cook? A measure, that is. Until next time, bye-bye.